here we go. We are back with another interesting video here. I'm gonna turn off the woo-woo music. So I got sent this tweet by someone in chat, TTVE_day more live almost every single day, right? And this is the tweet that I got sent. Holy essaying, right? And so the tweet says the issue with praising ZZZ devs when they do not deserve it. Now, no shot to this person. I have no idea who this person is, but we're just gonna see what happens. So. Yeah, let's get right. This is a long essay. The X is okay. Whatever it is, what it is. We'll just so Zenless Zone Zero could be in a good state for you, but it will never be enough given the amount of resources Hoyoverse has. What is that other word? If it was a game of any other company, it would be fine, but the issue stems from the fact that it's a Hoyoverse game specifically. Here's the truth, okay? I know what they're going to say most likely. They're going to say that it's a Hoyoverse game and that they're never going to listen and they're just listening now to get the players to play the game a little bit and then they're going to drop it. And they might be right. But when ZZZ first dropped, that game was buns. It was absolutely buns, and they didn't listen to people. And the reason why they started listening is because of the fact they knew the numbers were down. They weren't making a lot of money on the Twitch numbers were down, YouTube numbers were down. It was overall down, so they had to pivot. A lot of people complained about TVs, and they said, go fuck yourself, you're going to eat this shit, and then you're going to use the TVs, and you're going to like it, and people didn't like it. So they had to change, right? So I understand this person's perspective, but I think you have to be fair in giving Hoyoverse praise. Now, granted, this would have never happened if the game flopped, but they still pivot. They still decided to make the change. So I have to be fair, right? Doesn't Woo have a 10-cent funding? Woo does have 10-cent funding now. Also, welcome in, Lamar. But yeah, essay, yeah. So need to contextualize it in the first place. The game was I literally just said it verbatim. The game was a sunken ship and they tried to salvage it. It's not like they are trying to improve the game for just the sake of improving it. Again, I think this is someone who just genuinely doesn't like Hoyoverse, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to defend the multi-quadrillion billion-dollar company, but you got to be fair and give some credit where credit's due. At the end of the day, they're still improving it, right? So realistically, normal businesses, the way it works is that they will listen to their consumers, and most consumers would stop consuming a product, but people have sunk cost fallacy with HSR and Genshin, so that's why nothing will ever change. With ZZZ, it was a new IP that just dropped, and it was bad, right? So honestly, people... it's still partially, it's the company's blame. It's mainly the company. But also consumers have a blame in it too because they never fucking change, you know? Praise when praiseworthy, critique when critique is necessary, 100%. Yeah. So it's not like they are listening to players because they want to, it's not like they are listening to players because they want to, because players have been complaining about the TVs forever since beta, and it took them still 4 patches to remove them completely. They do not care about the players' opinions, they only care about the money, so they praise isn't warranted. Chaos, good morning, brother, welcome in. So again, all of them care about money, but clearly the opinion was correlated to the money, and so they pivoted. I get what this person is saying, but it's just like, let's see. Hoyoverse is a company that has shown time and times again that they don't care about their players, which is true, and most will make fun of Genshin Impact and Dawe, go and give them money anyway in ZZZ. The money still goes in the same pocket at the end of the day. I absolutely believe that they have different funding, different metrics, and can find ways of how people are spending their money differently, so I get it. Obviously goes in the pocket of Hoyoverse, but there is a difference, I think, to spending money on ZZZ and Genshin, and I'm sure they're aware of that, you know, but okay. Also, the guy's not wrong. He's not wrong. But like, I just feel like this is so unwarranted, but whatever. The game is depthless, and that's the biggest issue. People are getting bored of Genshin Impact and Honkai Star for what? That's fucking insane. I made a whole video on why people are bored of Genshin and why people are bored of Star. I guess this person can go check that out. Do you think some quality of life would have made the game more bearable? No, the issue is that the games are their core are mobile games, and thus they make the gameplay not have any depth, so the brain rot kids can just spam one touch and be done with it. This will cause problems in the future because people will just get bored of it. Grand Blue Fantasy and fucking FGO are 10 years old shitty mobile games with more depth than Star Rail. If ZZ does badly, they'll kill the game and fund something else. Yeah, a bit of malice towards Hoyo, almost at my level. I I get what he's saying, but like, they fucking changed it. Praise them. You control with your wallet. Stop spending money, and they'll make changes on the other games. Again, Hoyoverse does this thing where they improve one game and then they leave the other game behind and they don't improve the next one. Like, they don't improve their predecessor, right? So again, ZZZ will fall into that trap eventually as well. But Okay. In 1 or 2 years, the exact same problem will happen to Staria that happened to Star will eventually also happen to ZZZ. I mean, he's not wrong. People will just notice that just like HSR, the only thing you can do is pop in, talk about it, pop out. Well, no. So you've said it yourself that what you could do is just not spend money, right? You can just not spend money on these games and they will change. The so-called great events are just mini games copied from other games. I mean, they're still fun though. I think now he's kind of dragging a little bit. Like that Arknight shit was fun as fuck. The Fall Guys is fun. I don't care if it's copied. Everything's a copy of copy. Genshin copied Legend of Zelda. Wuwa copied Genshin, etc. You know, it's not that deep. Arknight's event is just the copying the mechanic and maps of Arknights. Fall Guys just them copying the game from Fall Guys. I legitimately don't care if they do, but praising the devs for it's insane when they literally just 1-to-1 ratio copy original game and make it worse. I feel like this is towards Gotcha Smack's tweet. We made a video covering Gotcha Smack's tweet, and I think Gotcha Smack was praising ZZZ for delivering fun content. And I feel like this is a direct correlation to this tweet. Like, I think you can absolutely praise the devs for implementing fun things that make the game fun, right? I feel like this, he needs to play games that are not gacha. Sounds like he got burned out too many times from the same gacha. Yeah. Honkai Impact 3 did Fall Guys thing a year or two ago. Exactly, Shido. Honkai Impact 3 did do that. Fun is fun. Stop overthinking it. Yeah, like, again, this isn't defending the multi-billion-dollar company, but, like, bro, they added 2048, man. It's fucking fun. I want to play 2048. I want to play Fall Guys. Like, it's... So what do you want, right? Do you want the game to be just straight up boring and trash and dog shit minigames? Like, look, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the Genshin minigames. I don't like the HSR minigames. Fucking, these are fun. These are fun, right? You know, like what's the big deal about it? So the game puts way less work than a game like Wuthering Waves or Wuthering Waves. People debate and argue of the two has the best mobile, has the best models, which of the two has the best gameplay, which of the two has the best animations, etc. The whole argument of comparing the two, I think, is fucking stupid. They're not even appreciate you saying HSR. Yeah, HSR shit's I don't even know why people compare the two, but whatever. We went over that in a different video. The results don't even matter because the issue here is the fact that they have way less content than Wuwa gets compared to things it should be doing the best. What the fuck? The result don't even matter because the issue here is that a fact that they has way less content than Wuwa gets compared to the things it should be doing in the best in the market. I'm gonna be honest with you, ZZZ has way more endgame than Wuwa. The problem with ZZZ is that it's not open world. If ZZZ was open world, I genuinely believe the game would have more content. We have holograms, right? We have holograms. We have TOA, and ZZZ has Deadly Assault, 2 tower modes, TOA, and a roguelike simulator. And also, let me be fair, we will also Elusive Realm, which is once every other patch, fucking holograms, and TOA. So realistically, ZZZ has the best endgame out right now. I absolutely think ZZ has the better models and the better endgame. I don't think it's a better game though. I think the combat's still boring. That's why we don't play it a lot, although we'll play it in a little bit. But like I just don't understand like what he's yapping about. You know, I feel like he just doesn't like Hoyoverse, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like we have to be objective here. ZZZ is doing a very good job. Now, clearly the company wants to make money, and so that's why they're pivoting. But again, that's a normal practice. They could develop way more confidence with their players and way more like fucking a rapport with their players, and they have been. And in Genshin and HSR, they've neglected that. I've covered why they've neglected that previously. So yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to give them some credit for saying, hey, they're kind of killing it with this game right now, right? And yet it falls flat because Wuwa either does better or equal stuff in which ZZZ should have been the number one. It doesn't. In terms of endgame, it doesn't. On top of making way more things like ZZZ, Wuwa devs have also said they will make huge content patches every 6 months, while we're told to believe, thanks to Genshin Impact, that this is only possible every 12 months. Now you tell me, given the amount of time ZZZ devs have, where does the work and money go? I mean, the work and money goes into the game. It feels like this guy's trying to PvP it, and it doesn't need to be PvP'd. Also, I don't know if they realize, but they're taking away a TOA reset and adding a new game mode in. That's a Genshin Impact move. Like it is, right? Like that's an Imaginary Amphitheater Spiral Abyss move. It's fucking dog shit. So yeah, okay. It's simple. Everything goes into the next money sinker. This is true. This is 1000% true. Hoyoverse's strategy is just to pump games out and make a new shitty deathless game, all while recycling the same characters they've been doing for 10 years, just so they can print and milk even more fan bases. I mean, there's validity to this 1000%. They will make sure to use the most tight budget to make the most money out of you. Every game does this though. And yes, that's normal from a company, but it's also normal from a customer POV to understand that and tell them to fuck off 1000%. But I don't think ZZZ is really doing this right now. All in all, what have the ZZZ devs done in the few months since the release of the game? Change the fucking game. I don't know. Change the game maybe. Shown that power creep is going to be rampant, extremely bad. That's a whole other conversation. I don't think I think Miyabi's the exception to the rule. And don't tell yourself that it won't, it will. They've added the ability for your players to be an open world, something that should have been in the game day one and essentially cost them zero effort because all the characters already had animations to walk. Notice how they conveniently didn't even add idols because that would have given them more work. Quality of life, every game's add quality of life over time. Yes, even Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact has just started adding quality of life. Remove TVs. Took them long enough after people were complaining about it for multiple months ever since the beta. TLDR, you can like ZZZ all you want. I don't care, but ZZ devs aren't praiseworthy. Not a single dev in Mihoyo is. They do not care. Yeah, I don't know, man. This kind of just feels like a hit piece. This your argument is much better than the last time. TLDR, Hoyo will remain the same each time new comes out. Migrate all the resources. Bro, why use Notepad instead of Google? I don't play ZZ, but I'm not going to read that. I think people will excuse Hoyo for not putting much effort in their update because they make lots of money. Lots of arguments made in bad faith. Yeah, TLDR hoods is only work sunken ships, if not recycle, low effort design. I think you don't understand the difference between devs and management. I'm not a fan of Hoyoverse, but this is just talking out of his ass a PvP agenda. Yeah, it's pretty. Again, I feel like ZZZ. If somebody had a crazy level of hate for Tencent, you could say the same stuff for WoWo. If the devs do a good job, give some credit. Game design is art, regardless of. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Crom. I agree with you 1000%. I think ZZZ is killing it, man. It's like the second best gacha on the market. By the way, yo, welcome in, Kimmy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you dabbing me up. Thank you. I think it's a great gacha game. I think it's good. It's not my favorite, but they're doing a good job. Did they pivot because of the fact that the game was flopping? 1000%. Did they try to push TVs onto you? 1000%. But their storytelling's fucking A1. Their character models are really good. The game is smooth as fuck. There's mad fucking endgame. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like, listen, I get it. I said the same thing earlier in stream. They're gonna, not the Animal Crossing game, put that game to the side. They're gonna drop a fourth big second gen gacha game, maybe a shooter, maybe an MMO, whatever the case may be, and they're going to take all the criticism of ZZZ, all the criticism of HSR, and all the criticism of Genshin, and make that game their next best game. They have the tendency to drop a game, hear feedback, implement it into the next game, and never go back to change. And they do that over and over and over again. That is a cycle that is going to continue. Hoyoverse is trying to make a sphere of games. They're trying to pretty much, if you like combat, go to ZZZ. If you like this, go to HSR. If you like this, go to Genshin. If you want a shooter, we have a shooter game like Snowbreak. If you want an MMO, go here. And so it's trying to milk you for as much money as possible. That is 1000% undeniable. That's why they have the Hoyo launcher. It's a Hoyoverse. Fucking smart business, but it feels horrible for the consumers. But bro, ZZZ's killing it, man. I think ZZ's killing it. I think this guy's being a little bit too unfair, and he's a little too emotionally attached to it. Also, ZZ has better endgame than WoW. It is what it is. But that being said, YouTube, let me know why I'm wrong and you're right, although you're not, and I love you.